Hey, all, welcome to Carnage Candy. I'm Sean, and that's Grayson right here. We are doing a scene autopsy for you guys on The Conjuring 2. I love it when movies do shadow and light play so much, like this and Hereditary.
Yep.
So I figured this would be a very easy thing for you and I to break down. What's your experience with Conjuring 2?
So Conjuring 2 was one of the few movies that messed me up for about a week.
That's great.
It made it to where my nerves were so shot that if somebody came around the corner and just said hello to me, I would jump.
That's really good because it doesn't happen
that
often.
bad. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And sitting in the theater and watching this whole movie, I've never felt more uncomfortable. And I think it's because like demons and stuff like that mess with me more than a lot of other things do.
I agree.
And The Conjuring 2 did it so well and so good that I could not help myself from not looking at hallways the same way, looking at photos the same way.
An open closet door.
It
right?
just messed me up.
I think that for me, the reason I've started gravitating to body horror so much is that there aren't movies that make me do this anymore. Hereditary, if I would have watched it in theaters, would have been that way. I think Conjuring 2 was the last time I went and watched a movie where I was like, oh, when's it going to get me? Now I have to kind of go to body horror to get that kind of visceral reaction. And I think this scene and others from Conjuring 2 really were the last time for me this happened, which is why I'm excited to dive into it.
Yep, let's get it.
All right. So we have Vera Farmiga here and an entity. And one thing I really want to talk about is how lived in the spaces are in James Wan films, especially. But this is their house, and something's definitely afoot here.
I love how much of a 70s horror movie these all feel like.
Yes.
Well, 1 and 2 especially feel like they're straight out of the 70s.
So contextually right, she can see things, and she knew something was wrong in the room. Oh, that's so wonderful.
In theaters, I went, nope.
Yep. Oh
that
my
was
God.
as soon as I
Chills
saw
instantly.
The first time I saw The Nun, I just went.
Yeah,
I was sinking back into my seat.
Let's watch this turn again. Yeah, just stellar. God.
Go back.
Even now, like me listening to this scene and watching it, I'm still uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is very, and you're watching it with me. We're breaking it down. Like it's very effective. Their production design is stellar. It feels so lived in. It feels like your grandparents' house, right?
It does. Yes,
because
it really
does. In the 70s.
My granny had a hallway that was just like the hallway that we just saw too. So,
and that texture on the wallpaper. Oh my God in heaven! People yelled in the theaters. You said you had a theater story for us, right?
It was what I just said.
Oh,
like, it was the fact that I couldn't move at this point. It messed me up so bad.
And it's really the suspense because you're waiting for the jump scare to hit you.
Yep.
The whole time.
This movie was one of the few movies to where I yelled out loud in theaters. And that does not happen.
Is it at this point?
No. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
It's during the scene.
You see, I think, you know, James Wan is so amazing. It's because, and they talk about this a lot in any kind of horror movie breakdown. It's anytime somebody opens a fridge door, anytime somebody opens a mirror cabinet, you're waiting for them to shut it because you know the monster's going to be in the reflection. And at this point, we've been watching this for 2 minutes.
Yep.
I am positive. If I saw this first time, I said, I am positive the nun's going to be there when it pans to right here. And it's not.
Nope.
And that is why The Conjuring 2 is awesome. And that's why a million movies just like it aren't awesome.
Including its sequel.
Yes.
Just how different it looks in the dark, too, is awesome.
it becomes like, can we just look at that? I'm sorry I keep pausing, but
No, you're fine.
can we just look at the shift from light to dark?
Yep.
And this kind of, the painting style gives it more detail in the dark than when the lights are on, right?
So there it is in the light.
Yeah, and of course, you know, he's doing a rack focus, he's focusing as well. But they make it look realer in the shadows.
Oh.
I don't like it at all. Like, it is so bad in a good way. Those eyes kind of become a little more illuminated.
And there it is.
Again, like
Perfect.
2 minutes in,
Still waiting.
If I would have told you, cool. As soon as that light hits on, here it comes. Shot change, coming out the wall, gonna kill her. No, girl. We're about to make it all shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking, the picture's gonna explode. Is the hat rack gonna come alive?
Yeah.
Come at her, right? Oh, it's a good movie, dude.
I am at this point saying out loud, nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. No.
Not only would it have been perfectly fine just to have the shadow walk, you see these stutters in the frames, right? Look at the inconsistencies. There's no smoothness to how the shadow's walking, so you kind of get that Japanese horror influence, right, with the stutter steps just a little bit on the edges. I'm wanting for nothing. I'm 100% satisfied with everything that's happening right
So
here.
when I'm watching this in the theater, because of what's happened so far, I was like, okay, you're going to trick us. And then where the hat and the coat rack is, I think something's going to happen from there as I'm watching it.
You're thinking of, like, where's the misdirection?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that's what they're going to do to me.
Because he's edged you for
Exactly.
3.5 minutes. This is crazy.
Yep. Screamed.
Yeah.
Loud. Like,
Oh, and the teeth coming through, right?
Yep. I remember, like, I saw it with a buddy, and I grabbed both sides of my chair and screamed when that happened.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we've been, or like you said, you've been edged the whole time, and then it finally happened, and you don't expect it to.
Yep. I think if anything, you expect that she's going to come through the painting, but the surprise is physically moving the painting at.
Yeah, coming at you.
No! No way.
And it doesn't let you breathe.
And you think it's going to stab the daughter on accident or something?
I'm sorry, Lorraine.
Yeah.
And it's relentless. Look at how many. Okay, so let's give it like a point system, right? If the picture is a one scare point that James Wan is allowed to give us, he waits 3 minutes to do it, right? He waits 3 minutes and 45 seconds to do it. If you want to count that as like one credit, he can now spend for edging you. And then he just, I mean, excuse the edging analogy, but it's just like you keep going.
Yeah.
After you've had a great time, right?
And I think it's over.
Yes.
And then the nun walks out again.
Yes.
And it just doesn't stop.
And so, boom, scare point. That's another one. Okay, she's about to stab, scare everyone. Stopping you. Oh my God. Here comes. Bam! Scare point. He gets to give you. Terrifying, relentless.
Lorraine.
Oh God, he hits you again. Like, it is just breakneck. It would be like if you were saving up punches for your school bully.
I know, and you're just letting them loose at that point.
Yeah. It is just masterclass in like restraint and kind of like this torturous edginess right there.
I've probably seen this movie probably about 15 to 20 times.
Have you really? I've only watched it 3 times, I think.
And every single time I watch it, I still get uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it that many times. I love this movie. I think it's a perfect horror movie, personally.
Yeah.
I think it's also one of the better sequels in horror movie history as well. So.
I agree. I cannot believe. I think in my top 10 horror movies, I said that there were 2 or 3 villains, characters, or apparatuses that could have easily had their own movie, which of course then go on to have their own movies, right? With the Crooked Man, with the Nun, with everything, Annabelle locked in their basement. So it's just an overwhelming, amazing scene, and the movie just keeps on the gas the whole time. It's spectacular.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect movie.
Not much else to say besides that. I hope you enjoyed this autopsy. I love recording these with you.
Yes, we do
so
too.
much fun. So you can go check out our autopsy of the greatest opening to any horror movie ever with our Scream 1 opening. Go check that out right here over Grayson's mug.
Yep, just put it right over there.
Over there.
Also, if you have any scenes that scared you to death in theaters, let us know down in the comments. I want to see them.
Yeah, I'd love to get some terrifying reactions from you, and then it might encourage us to make your scene worth screen autopsy. And I'm so bad. Cut that out.
No, I'm gonna leave it. It was good. It was a lot better than you thought it was.
I can't hear
it's a lot better.
My brain is just a piece of shit today.
But thank y'all so much for watching this, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.